Om Shri Sai Ram. Humble prostrations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Gita Vahini, Chapter 17. Remembering God at Death. 2 types of liberation. 4 roads to moksha. Auspicious times to pass away. Summary. I ask only that your mind be fixed on me. Devote your mind to me, dedicate it to me. That is all I ask for. If a spiritual aspirant cannot at least do this act of dedication to the Lord, I wonder what their spiritual discipline is capable of. Some people do not yearn much, but they desire to earn much in the spiritual field. They are sunk more in dullness or tamas than in spiritual penance or tapas. But they wish for the fruits that only spiritual penance can offer. Those prompted by genuine desire for the fruit must overcome all obstacles and temptations, doubts and disappointments, and dwell on the thought of the Lord. Arjuna then asked, "What exactly is the benefit of attaining you?" Krishna replied, "That holy victory makes a mortal a great soul, Mahatma. The great soul is free from all dual experience. He is above and beyond. The pure in heart have no further birth and death. They are under no obligation to appear again on earth." 2 types of liberation are mentioned in the Upanishads: liberation on the spot or Sadyomukti, and liberation by stages or Kramamukti. Liberation on the spot is also referred to as absolute unity with the Supreme Spirit, Kaivalya Mukti. Only those who attain absolute liberation or Kaivalya merge and become one with the eternal, the universal. The other kind of liberation is liable to change. When the effect of the acquired merit wears out, heaven must be given up, and life on earth starts anew. What is the royal road to salvation? 4 roads are now used by mankind. First, beyond or unaffected by action, karmatita. Second, action without any desire for fruit thereof, unaffected by any craving for the result therefrom, nishkama karma. Third, action with ambition to reap and enjoy its fruit, sakama karma. And 4, action that knows no restraint or control, karma bhrashta. Those beyond action or karma are liberated while alive. These are jivan muktas. All that they do or feel or think will be divine, holy, virtuous, beneficial to mankind. On the falling away of the bodily raiment, they merge without delay in Brahman. The second group, who do action without desire for the fruit, are the seekers of liberation, mumukshus. They perform each act as a step in the realization of the Lord. They win the grace of the Lord in proportion to the steadiness of their faith and practice. The third group performs all acts through the desire for the fruit thereof. They will equate each act with the merit that it confers, with the happiness that it will ensure, the heaven that it will win. Such people, when they depart from the world, will enter the supra-mundane worlds, and having stayed there, if their merit entitles them, they then have to return to earth. The fourth group is not guided by any rule of conduct. They have no norms, no discrimination between virtue and vice, right and wrong, proper and improper. Most humans are members of this unfortunate group. They strive for momentary pleasure, short-lived happiness, temporary joy. Such people move around in the wheel of birth and death. An auspicious moment is to be chosen even for the act of death. The yogis who practice action without desire for the fruit pass away in splendor or tejas during the day. while there is light in the bright half of the month and in the 6-month period of the northward path of the sun, Uttarayana. The yogis who practice action with an eye on the fruit pass away in smoke, dhuma, at night, during the dark half of the month, during the 6 months of the southward path of the sun, Dakshinayana. The bright half of the moon signifies the progress of the mind spiritually in divine discipline, and the full moon signifies the fullness of that achievement. The time of the northward movement of the sun of the heart is when the inner sky is clear of all these, and when the sun shines in full splendor. Those who pass away in the other half of the year during the southward path of the sun is hidden, his effulgence has no splendor. And in the dark half of the month, the moon wanes, symbolizing the waning of Godward thoughts. Those who die at such an inauspicious time reap an inauspicious result. Key takeaways from this chapter. First, the soul that has attained God is truly liberated and has true free will, that of staying in its state of bliss or choosing to voluntarily appear on earth out of compassion for the ignorant and help them attain the same state. There is no compulsion or active need for them to do so. Let us therefore strive to attain this state of being of true free will, rather than catering to our paltry sensual cravings as supposedly exercising so-called free will. Second, for on-the-spot liberation, one needs to be totally absorbed in thoughts of the Lord, seeking no merit or demerit from one's actions and acting unquestioningly without judgment, purely as the instrument of the Lord, without personal body or mind consciousness. These souls are indeed blessed, and we are blessed if we encounter them in our earthly journey. Third, of the 4 roads to liberation, the first is totally uncalculated and spontaneous. The second is uncalculated yet seeking grace. Third is purely calculative on benefits and punishments, while the last is totally uncalculated and ignorant. The irony is that both the first and the last are totally uncalculated. The difference is that it is only divine wisdom or total ignorance that governs their actions. Fourth, death during Uttarayana in the Shukla Paksha or waxing moon period in the daytime is probably a meritoriously earned passing through the course of the evolution of the soul and the deeds done during that life. Such a time of passing would also perhaps make it conducive for the soul to focus its thoughts on the Lord at the moment of death. End of chapter 17. Jai Sai Ram.